In the dead of night on September 26, 1983, the world stood on the edge of annihilation. At a secret Soviet command center, alarms screamed with a chilling warning. 5 U.S. nuclear missiles were hurtling toward Russia. Stanislav Petrov, a 44-year-old lieutenant colonel, sat at his console, his heart pounding. In 10 minutes, he had to make a choice: launch a counterstrike or trust his instincts. One wrong move could unleash a nuclear holocaust, killing billions. This is the story of the man who saved humanity from the brink of destruction. The year was 1983, and the Cold War was at its peak. The US and Soviet Union were locked in a deadly game of brinkmanship, each armed with thousands of nuclear warheads. Just weeks earlier, the Soviets had shot down a Korean airliner, killing 269 people, escalating tensions to a boiling point. In Moscow, paranoia ran deep. The Kremlin feared a US first strike, and the Soviets had deployed a new satellite-based early warning system, OKO, to detect missile launches. But this untested technology was about to face its ultimate trial. Deep in a bunker outside Moscow at the Serpukhom 15 Command Center, Stanislav Petrov was on duty. His job was simple yet terrifying: monitor OKO's satellite data and report any sign of a US attack. The room buzzed with the hum of computers and the flicker of screens. Petrov, a seasoned officer, was trained to follow protocol without question. But at 12:15 a.m., the unthinkable happened. A piercing alarm shattered the silence, and the screen flashed red. A US intercontinental ballistic missile was inbound. Moments after the first alert, the situation escalated. The system detected 4 more missiles, all launched from the US. The computer labeled the threat high confidence. Petrov's console glowed with warnings, and his team looked to him for guidance. Protocol was clear: report the attack immediately, triggering a Soviet counterstrike. But something didn't add up. A US first strike with only 5 missiles seemed illogical. Surely an all-out attack would involve hundreds. Petrov's mind raced as the clock ticked down. In the chaos of blaring alarms, Petrov paused. Sweat beaded on his forehead as he weighed his options. The OKO system was new, its reliability unproven. False alarms had occurred before, often due to technical glitches. Petrov's gut told him this was no attack. If he reported the missiles, the Soviet leadership might launch a retaliatory strike, igniting a nuclear war. If he was wrong, Russia could be obliterated. With millions of lives in the balance, Petrov made a choice that would define history. Petrov declared the alerts a false alarm, refusing to report them to his superiors. But the crisis wasn't over. For 25 excruciating minutes, he and his team waited, their eyes glued to the screens, listening for any sign of incoming missiles. Every second felt like an eternity. If Petrov was wrong, nuclear warheads could detonate at any moment, wiping out cities. His heart pounded, but no explosions came. Slowly, the silence confirmed his gamble was right. As the minutes passed without catastrophe, Petrov's decision was vindicated. The alerts were a glitch. Sunlight reflecting off high-altitude clouds had fooled the OKO satellites into detecting missile launches. By trusting his instincts over the machine, Petrov had prevented a nuclear holocaust. Had he followed protocol, the Soviet Union would have launched a counterstrike, triggering a US response. Within hours, hundreds of millions could have perished in a fiery apocalypse. One man's courage had saved the world. Incredibly, Petrov's actions were not celebrated. The Soviet military reprimanded him for failing to log the incident properly, eager to hide the OKO system's flaws. The world remained oblivious to the near disaster, and Petrov returned to his quiet life, burdened by the weight of his secret. For 15 years, his story was buried in classified files, a testament to the fragility of peace in the nuclear age. In 1998, a retired Soviet commander's memoirs revealed Petrov's story to the world. The man who had saved humanity was finally recognized. Awards poured in, including the Dresden Peace Prize and the Association of World Citizens Award. Petrov, now a humble pensioner, accepted the honors with quiet dignity. His story became a powerful reminder of the human element in a world dominated by machines and mistrust. Stanislav Petrov passed away in 2017, but his legacy endures. In a single night, he proved that one person's courage could avert global catastrophe. His story is a warning and an inspiration, a call to question blind reliance on technology and to value human judgment. As we navigate an uncertain future, Petrov's quiet heroism reminds us that even in the darkest moments, hope can prevail.